Well. Shopping for a car?
Yep, Carvana made financing a car as smooth as can be.
Oh, yeah?
I got pre-qualified instantly and had real terms personalized just for me.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
Well, I got to browse thousands of car options on Carvana, all within my budget.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
It does. I actually wanted a car that seemed out of my range, but I was able to add a cosigner and found my dream car.
It doesn't get much...
Oh, it gets smoother. It's getting delivered tomorrow.
Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get pre-qualified today.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassie, and on Once Upon a Time in Springfield today, my dad and I will be talking about Season 2, Episode 20, The War of The Simpsons. Okay, Dad, start the intro.
She's Cassie.
My dad's like Homer, because he always goes out and buys us donuts.
He's Chris.
Cassie used to be a lot like Maggie when she was a baby. She never gave up her pacifier.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful evening of theater and picking up after yourselves.
This is Once Upon a Time in Springfield, a Simpsons review show from the point of view of a dad and his daughter.
From now on, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the ride.
Here they are, Cassie and Chris.
Season 2, Episode 20, The War of the Simpsons. In this episode, Homer and Marge attend a marriage retreat, where Homer catches a legendary fish, and maybe more.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't either.
What the hell was that?
All right, Cassie was chalkboard gag.
I will not do anything bad ever again.
Yeah, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it was funny because the word again had its own line, as if he didn't know how to write the sentence all on one line. And it just looked weird to me. Whatever. All right. Cassie was couch gag.
The couch gag was everyone sat down, and then they all popped off besides Homer and Gus.
Yeah, it was all discolored and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was from season 1.
Yeah.
You're all nuts.
All right, so in the beginning, it opens up with Homer. He tells Marge that she's a liar. He's all, you're a liar. I would never say I wouldn't eat. What basically what's happening is they're having a big party with adults only later in the evening, and she didn't want him to eat all the tea cakes.
I don't know what it spelled.
It said enjoy our snacks or something. I don't even know, but Bart did change it to something like our party sucks or something.
Yeah, he changed it to boy, our party sucks.
Yeah, that's what it was changed to. Okay, who is at the party, Cassie?
At the party their next door neighbors, as we all know.
Flanders, Maud, and Ned.
Yep, the doctor.
Hibbard and his wife.
Yep, who invites their doctor to a party?
They're friends, though.
I mean, Marge has his phone number.
There you go.
There was also this random man that met Homer 3 hours ago.
Yeah, yep. Mo was there. We had Selma and Patty. Barney was there.
Oh, I was about to say.
Hey, you're Homer's sister-in-law, right? I remember you, but I don't remember you being so beautiful.
I'm pretty sure he parked in the grass.
Yeah, I'm guessing Barney was the one that parked on the grass when it showed the whole house. I thought that was quite funny, but Homer...
Hey, Dad, I guess that.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
You don't get to take all the credit.
I'm not trying to. Jeez, rude much? Okay, so Homer gets hammered, puts a lampshade on his head, and starts dancing around. So this does not make Marge very happy.
Hey, everybody! Look, I'm the funniest guy in the world!
Oh, you're the king!
Very much not.
Almost everybody at the party wasn't happy.
I mean, they all left very sad, except for Barney.
Yeah, Barney was maced. Barney got maced by Selma. It was funny. But what I'm getting to, actually, is that Homer did some inappropriate stuff at this party.
Yep.
And Marge is on fire. She's not happy.
I must apologize for my husband.
If you want him to live through the night, I suggest you roll him onto his stomach.
Thank you, I will, Dr. Hibbert. Thanks for coming.
Remember, I said if.
This girl is on fire.
So then Homer finally wakes up the next morning on the floor. Marge is vacuuming, wakes him up, and then they go sit in the car to do what, Cassie?
To argue. And you know what? This was quite a funny part. It was when they got in the car, they turned on the music. And they're like, my parents used to argue all the time. We can't let them hear us argue. Let me turn on the music. They turn the music on. So Bart, Lisa, and Maggie are, well, Maggie can't talk. But Lisa's like, oh, this music gets me every time.
Yeah, because they know that they're arguing. They're like, every time I hear this song. It's what siblings live through. It's kind of funny.
Yep.
So then, yeah, she yells at him, and then she's like, I'm going to go to church by myself.
You apologize to Bart.
So then he goes and apologizes to Bart and then shows up to church, which honestly wasn't the best of ideas.
Really wasn't, because everyone was staring at him like...
Made her even more mad, and then she signed up for a marriage retreat.
Yep.
Will the Simpsons be attending our little retreat?
Oh, well, it's very tempting. Really a wonderful idea. Marge! What are you doing? Are you insane? No! Give it a chance! Go!
We'll be there.
Go!
Let's jump to the middle, where Marge and Homer are packing up to go on the retreat, and there's a babysitter at the door.
Oh.
What happened, Cassie?
Oh. She was like, the Simpsons. And Bart walks in like, hey, you're back.
Back for more.
Back, yes. And she had a flashback, and Bart was in the car as a baby.
He was in diapers.
And she was standing right there, and he was about to run her over. And then after the flashback came back to reality, she screams running away like she did in the flashback.
She sure did.
That is very much for sure.
And then after that, they got stuck with Grandpa babysitting.
Oh, it was fun.
So then they bounce, and they're on the way to the retreat, and Homer finds out about the General. Do you know what the General is, Cassie?
It's the biggest catfish there.
Yeah, it's like the biggest epic fish that's like a legend in the water.
Yeah.
And Homer vows to catch that fish on this retreat.
Yes.
Which probably is not a good idea since he's there to try to fix his marriage.
Yeah.
All right. So Flanders, Reverend, The Simpsons, and John and Gloria, which is a couple that we've never met before. They were introduced in this episode, and I don't think we'll probably ever see them again. But they are there fighting, and they hate each other, and they're married.
They're literally like, hey, I don't know.
Yeah, they were not very happy, but the funny thing is they were cured in 2 minutes.
Yep, they were like looking into each other's eyes. Oh, I've never looked into your eyes before.
I love you, let's go off into the sunset. So they're gone. Bart and Lisa, while this is all happening, are taking a big advantage of Grandpa.
Actually, Bart is, and he got Lisa too.
Yeah, Lisa is just helping, but because she's a kid and she wants to do this stuff, but she's starting to get a conscience about it all.
Mm-hmm.
But they're at the store getting cigars and ice cream and all sorts of stuff, and that's probably not going to be good for them in the long run.
No. If you get one can of ice cream and share it, then boom, you're good.
Yep. All right, so then Marge is sitting there at the retreat, and she is just rattling off tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and
Before
tons.
it's like the next morning.
And tons. It's not the next morning, but it is later in the day, and everybody's yawning, and they miss the luau.
Yep, and who misses a luau?
So then it bounces over to the end of the show where it wakes up, or where it goes to Homer and Marge, or well, I should say more Homer than Marge at this point, waking up to sneak out to go catch the General.
Ooh, sorry, Hamilton reference.
What happens?
He tries to sneak out, and Marge is like, bro, come back to bed.
Come back to bed. I don't think she said exactly that, but that is quite funny.
And he came back, and he was like, I can't sleep. And then he asked, can I go for a walk? And she said, yeah. And so he was going on a walk with nothing to go
fishing
fish.
gear, anything, yeah.
He is out, and he's like seeing this man like walk away with his fishing gear without the fishing rod. And Homer's like picking the fishing rod up and taking it back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, guess what's on his hook?
General.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, so now he's stuck in a boat for 6 hours trying to catch this epic giant fish.
Yep.
Where's Marge?
At the couples retreat by herself. And guess what?
That kind of contradicts the word couples.
It does. And they're about to do tryst-fall. And he's like, you shouldn't do it. And she's like, well, I can't. And he said, either way, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, he's like, even if your partner was here, I wouldn't suggest it.
It was so funny.
Okay, so then Bart and Lisa, though, they're still having a party at the house, like
a literal party.
No, didn't see you, pal. What's happening, man?
Cherry party, Bart. Any chicks over 8?
Not yet, but the afternoon is young.
Millhouse is there, Otto's there. It's going down,
No,
Nelson.
The funny thing was when they called, Bart was like, "Hey, Millhouse, guess what? My babysitter is an old crusty man," and he's like, "Oh, I'll come down at like 3 in the afternoon."
Yeah, it's an afternoon party because they're 8 and 9-year-olds, so it's like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But Grandpa was sleeping, or taking a shower.
No, he's taking a shower.
Ew. So then anyway, that's happening, and Marge is not happy with Homer, and she is marching down there to see him.
Uh-oh. Hi, honey. How's the marriage retreat going?
We came to this retreat because I thought our marriage was in trouble, but I never for a minute thought it was in this much trouble. Homer, how can you expect me to believe
Marge, you don't know what this fish means. This fish represents a better life for both of us. This fish makes me a champion and a hero.
To who?
To those weirdos in the worm store.
All this fish represents is just how selfish you are.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I'll do it back.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Watch! Whoa, I did it. I gave up fame and breakfast for my marriage. I fought it for 6 hours. He says one word and I toss it back. And you're telling me our marriage is in trouble? Come here, baby.
Okay, so near the end, before it all goes away, the party's over. Bart and Lisa, they're just sitting there looking at this house that's disgustingly dirty.
And
Oh, what's that? Do you hear someone crying?
yeah, pretend that was him.
I tried to be a good babysitter, but I failed. I'm a thief, a useless old worn out.
That was Grandpa crying. So then after that, the house is cleaned. Homer and Marge come back. And, wow, the house looks great, Marge says. And then what does she ask Grandpa? What's your trick, Grandpa? What's your secret? And what's he say?
Fake crying. Ha! Yeah, I fake cried your butts to clean this house.
I know, right? And then, like, all the Simpsons' face,
Well, like,
all their faces are, like, blank. Like, what?
like gasping, and his mouth is open.
Bart goes, I'm never going to trust an old person ever again.
No, he says an old crusty person.
Crusty person. Okay, sorry.
That's his thing, Dad.
Deep trouble.
All right, Cassie, what's your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part of the show is when we just went over it. The ending where Grandpa's like, "Ha! I just like."
Oh, wait, fools him. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I got you all. I fake cried this house clean. Well, it works.
Yeah, and then he walks away like, "Ha! It can go on and off like a hose."
What's funny is, like, where's he going? He doesn't drive. They always drive him to and from places. So where is he going?
I think a taxi came up after.
Okay, maybe that's what happened. My favorite part was when Barney got maced.
Hey, you're Homer's sister-in-law, right? I remember you, but I don't remember you being so beautiful. Oh! Ow, hey! Oh! Is that a new kind of mace?
Okay, the characters introduced, I would say the crazy couple, John and Gloria from The Retreat. They were introduced, and probably the dude Homer was yelling at trying to quit his job at his party.
I've been wanting to tell you off for years, but I never had the nerve.
I don't know you. My wife and your wife are friends. We met just 3 hours ago.
You stink! You and your whole lousy operation stinks! I quit!
Who's your favorite character, Cassie?
My favorite character was Bart because towards the end they were like, I
Yeah.
kind of feel bad.
You actually see Bart get a conscience.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is weird.
He feels like Lisa.
Right? And Lisa tells him what to do.
Yep.
My favorite character was Marge, because I just think she needed to say all those things out loud. I don't think the next day she was mad that he went fishing. I think she was happy she said all those things.
Yeah.
But she's also a boss. She's in charge. Got to keep Marge happy.
Yep.
I stand corrected.
Okay, Dad, what is the takeaway?
Takeaway is marriage takes work. You wouldn't know that because you're not married. Thank God. Maybe in like 40 years you can get married.
I've got something I'd like to say.
All right, Cassie, what are you going to rate this one?
I think we should rate this one 7.5. General. Ooh, sorry.
Generals, 7.5 generals. We'll keep doing that. There you go.
Yep.
I like that. I thought this episode ended kind of weak. The grandpa thing was cool, and like that was all the second story of the whole premise of this one. But like Marge falling back in love with him just because he pushed a fish off a boat. I thought that was a little weak.
Yeah.
All right. Say goodbye.
Go. Bye.
I feel that way too.
That's the end of the show, everyone. I hope you like the show as much as Maggie likes her pacifier, or Homer likes his beer. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Go to thisisfunner.com to check out some really cool shows. And please, share it with a friend.
Everything really wrapped up nicely.
Thank you all for listening to Once Upon a Time in Springfield. Please go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. And don't forget to rate, review, and share the show with a friend.
Ugly dougly done.
This is
Well. Shopping for a car?
Yep, Carvana made financing a car as smooth as can be.
Oh, yeah?
I got pre-qualified instantly and had real terms personalized just for me.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
Well, I got to browse thousands of car options on Carvana, all within my budget.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
It does. I actually wanted a car that seemed out of my range, but I was able to add a cosigner and found my dream car.
It doesn't get much...
Oh, it gets smoother. It's getting delivered tomorrow.
Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get pre-qualified today.